Today, I'm going to be giving you 5 key steps in order for you to enter into a point of financial freedom, a point where you become someone that has money to spend, you have things to buy, and you are actually able to buy it because you're going to follow the steps and it's going to change your life transformatively. It's going to change your life totally. So now, you know, there are certain people that you don't have the privileges others have. The privilege of maybe you have of rich parents, those who, have the privilege of some things that sets them up to success, that helps them to leverage upon. And you're feeling that, how then can you succeed? Like Bill Gates will say that if you come from a poor family, don't let a poor family come out of you. Let a rich family come out of you, which means that the leverage that your parents could not give you, you should make it available for your children. A poor person is not poor because he doesn't have money. A poor person is poor because he has a poverty mindset, a poor mindset. So the origin of poverty is firstly from the inside rather than from the outside. So if you can understand what I'm saying right now, and you know that the reason why your pocket is dry is not because of your external factors, it starts from your internal factors, then certain things will actually change for you because you start taking responsibility. So let's go. I would like you to follow me very carefully so that you'll be able to understand me well. You're starting from scratch. You really don't have skill. You don't have money. You don't have anything. The first thing you need to do is to exchange your time for money. Now, one thing about poor people, one thing about broke people is that they are always idle. That's the reason why they go around gossiping, doing things that they ought not to do, and they are wasting their life away. They have time, but they don't have money. So the first thing I will let you know is that you don't have the money, you don't have the skill, but you have time. So you need to find a way to trade your time for money. Now, how do you do that? Many level of skills they are partially unskilled labor. Like there are certain labors that are actually unskilled. You don't need skills to be able to execute those things. Those are the skills that are actually replaceable. We have different kinds of skill or labor level requirements for the skills. We have skilled labor, we have unskilled labor, we have semi-skilled labor. So if you're someone that you actually don't have skills, then you're actually unskilled labors. So those are the labors that most likely requires your time and requires your energy. Now, why do I say this? I'm not demeaning you as a human, but it's high time for you to stop being idle and quit complaining about your financial situation. You need to go find something to do with your strength and with your time. So unskilled labor, sometimes you see people that they're saying that you're looking for someone that will be cleaning. It doesn't really require too much skills for you to start cleaning. That's why it is really replaceable. If you feel that you're not doing it again, there are 1001 people that know how to clean. It's as simple as it is, right? You can't just tell me that you don't have any skill and you can't still clean. That is laziness. If you're someone that you're having no skill and you're still lazy, then you cannot never be helped. But you're not lazy, so you can use your time, you can use your strength for money. So you can go at the roadside. There are people who, they are laborers. When they do labor, they give them maybe daily wage. These are things that require very minimal skill. And eventually what will happen is that you realize that the time that you have, the energy that you have, the strength that you have, you can convert it to money. It's important. The thing that you're using that money for is not to go and use it on frivolities or go and use it for eating alone. No. From what money gives you, one thing about money that people don't understand is that money is leverage. Money buys you opportunities that you might not have actually gotten in the first place. Money gives you the leverage. It increases your chances for success. So what you're doing is that you're you're getting money so you can buy yourself some leverage that you didn't have before. So the first set of money that you're getting from your unskilled labor is the money that you're going to use to enter into the next step of your financial journey. I remember I'm saying that we have 5 steps. So the first step is that you have time, so you're going to trade your time for money. If you're watching me and you want to live where you are from ground zero, and you have the time, you have the strength, you have to go and find something to do which actually is going to be unskilled, right? Then you're going to start saving money. Okay, you're saying that the money that you're being paid is so small and it's not even enough for you to do certain things. Okay, compare when you didn't have any money. No money at all. Did you die? You didn't die. You actually survived. Now that you now start making money with your skill, the little thing, the time that you're having, the little skill that you have, the little thing that you're doing from whatever you're doing on skilled labor, you're actually making little money from it. If you could survive without any grain, any iota of money, then you can survive with the little money you're being paid. You can survive. You can actually survive. So the next step to it is that you need to start saving money. Step 1 is that when you start making money from unskilled labor, the little skill, the one that requires minimal skill, cleaning, doing menial jobs, it's going to help you. Some people go as far as potting grasses, helping to mow their lawns, to help them to, things like that, to wash their clothes. Any money you get from that, the next thing for you to do is to start saving. Now, you must be aggressive with your savings. Now, the people that save and spend their entire savings without investing it on anything actually deceived themselves. So you got money from the labor you do and you now go to buy new clothes. Except if that clothes is an investment, then you just wasted your money. How can you save for 6 months and the next thing you do is to go and buy new clothes? You save for 1 year and the next thing you do is to go and buy a liability. You go and buy a new phone. You really don't need that, except that's an investment. This stage 2 is quite imperative for you to understand well. You save. By the time you start saving, probably you're being paid some little amount of money every day. What you use that money to do is very, very crucial to your next level. Now, when you save, what are you going to do? You need to save up that money and start looking for courses to start gaining skill. Remember, the reason why you started from a low skill or no skill level is because you didn't have a skill. Now, you are going to start saving that money to acquire a skill. Now, you will not trade your strength and your time alone for money. You start trading your skill for money. But what you are going to use to acquire that skill will be gotten from the money you start saving. So the first thing you use those money that you're saving for is not to buy liabilities. You start using to buy courses, skills. Go get courses. For example, I remember that there was a time that I came across a particular course on pitch deck, how to create pitch deck using Canva. And the course was going at a discount price of 3,000 naira. I bought the course with someone and the person eventually started creating pitch deck and he got a 20,000 naira gig. He created a gig, a pitch deck for 20,000 naira. Now see the astronomical increase from who didn't have a skill to someone that has a skill that was worth 3,000 naira to someone that did a job of 20,000 naira. That is as simple as it can be. You can have a skill that will start paying you money. Now, don't just go get a skill. For example, some people can say, okay, I have told you to go and get a skill and you're going to start getting leadership skill. At this point in your financial ladder, a leadership skill is not what you need. That is not what you need. You need to go and get an easily monetizable skill. Something like graphic design. You need to go and learn something like graphics design. You need to go and learn something like maybe video editing. There's courses like that. These are things people are looking for. You can easily tell your community members, maybe in your church, in your community, that I do video editing, and they are going to indulge you. They are going to they're going to tell you to come do what you can for them. You can easily tell someone that I do graphics design, and there are a lot of people that make graphics design. You can be a content writer. Go learn content writing. You can go learn how to do SEO. You can go learn web design. If you can successfully save maybe 50,000 naira, if you can successfully save even $10 out of what your earnings gave you, even $20, you can easily find courses on Udemy. You can find things that you can use to upskill. Like, you can get them. I don't know whether you're getting this. It's very, very imperative. The next level of your financial ladder is saving to get a skill. Saving to get a skill. By the time that you've gotten that skill, what you will start doing is that you start using that skill to get money. Remember, I told you someone got a course of 3,000 naira and he started making pitch decks. One thing about life is that when you are determined, you really will not have an obstacle that you cannot surmount. I remember then years ago when I was helping people to fine-tune their projects, like academic writing, consultation. I was very good at it while in university. I was helping those who were having difficulty writing a very good academical project to write good projects. So they would have written their projects, their English, their typesetting, their whatever. I was guiding them through it. So what happened is this, that I didn't really have a very good laptop at that time. And I would go borrow laptops. I can borrow this person's laptop for 2 hours, borrow the next person's laptop for 2 hours. Or eventually, I will help them I would get their projects, help them to arrange it using my phone, WPS. And the outcome would be as though I used the laptop, and they will never know that I didn't have a laptop to use for their projects. You see, you might eventually have a skill, maybe a digital skill, and you don't have a gadget that you can use to complete the task that you're given. Maybe you end up getting a gig and all those stuffs. But what you will realize is this, that where there's a will, there's a way. Really, that's when you start going to borrow people's laptop. Please help me with your laptop. Help me with this. I need to use this. Help me with this. What you're doing is that you're giving your skill a chance for expression. The reason is because there are two kind of people in life: those who have the resources and they are not resourceful, and those who have the resources and they are resourceful. Resources without resourcefulness would not get you anywhere. It means that you can have the resources, you have all the gadgets, and you don't even have the resourcefulness to put them to use. And some people won't have a minimal gadgets, minimal tool, and they are actually putting it to use. Have you ever seen those who struggle to pay their tuition fee and they ended up topping the class? They struggle to pay their tuition fee, and there are certain people who have tuition fee paid for them, hostel fee paid for them, every manual they're going to need throughout their school paid for them, and they are struggling with academics. The reason is because they had the resources, but they were not resourceful with it. So it means that with a skill, you can also have something that you can borrow, like you have the gadgets to borrow. You can use people's gadgets. You can use people's tools, and you start saving up for your own tools. So let's take, for example, you go and learn graphics design and you don't have a laptop to use. Then you're using your mobile phone. Little by little, mind you, you will not be paid the payment of a professional. The reason is because you're just you're just starting out in your skill, right? And you're not saving. If you could save to get a skill, then you must be able to save to get the gadgets. So the next thing you're going to do in your financial ladder is you're going to start getting gigs and start saving to set up yourself to get the gadgets, to get the tools you're going to use to give a very good result. Then the third step to this is use that skill to upskill. Use that skill to upskill. Now, you've gotten a skill, you've gotten your gadgets, you need to upskill. Now, there are different levels of skill. We have the low paying skill and we have the high paying skill. And I'm going to recommend that you do not stagnate yourself. You need to start upskilling fast as possible. There are some skills that are going to pay you, let's say for a whole job, you're going to be getting maybe, let's say, maybe 10,000 naira. And there are certain skills that you're going to spend 2-3 days and then we're getting 150,000. And there are certain ones that are going to be getting 1 million naira. Yes. Now, in your skill, in your skill that you're using, there are actually levels to these things. So maybe you just started out with the beginner level or the average level. As a matter of fact, you can actually enter into the pro level. And that is where what I'm saying right now, that when you've saved up money for your gadgets, when you've saved up money to be able to deliver to a certain degree of proficiency, then you need to start laying better at your skill. You need to start getting better. You need to start taking courses, advanced courses of your skill, so that you start charging high. It's very imperative. It's very imperative. So when you start charging high, then you now see where you are coming from a place of no skill to a place where you can sit down and say, for this that I'm giving you, I can charge this amount of money. I don't know whether you're getting it. If you're getting it, you would really understand that you may be in the level 1, you may be in the level 2, you may be in level 3 right now, and it may actually be in level 4, because the next level is going to be the game changer for you, which is the last level, the 5th level. Is going to be a game changer for you, because this is where you're going to skill your skill. So the 5th level where I'm going is you need to go and learn how to sell. You need to learn sales. You see, I remember when my mentor told me that, I've said this severally, that it's not about catching fish, it's about knowing how to sell fish. So many times you tell yourself that, okay, teach me how to catch fish, don't give me fish to eat. But my mentor told me, I told everybody that were around me then, that my mentor has given me something, a new update, that is not just teaching me how to catch fish, it is teaching me how to sell fish. The reason I'm saying this is because you need to know how to sell. Now, your ability to sell will determine the number of clients you'll be getting and the quality of clients you'll be getting. You've learned your skill, you've entered into the level of proficiency that your quality is not doubted. You need to learn how to sell. Sales is the game changer for your skill. You see, you can learn a skill. Let me not lie to you. You can learn a skill and you may not get clients. You can learn a skill and you may not make sales. You can have the best skill that you can ever give, but you may not even have people that know you. But when you can now learn how to sell, when you learn how to put yourself out there, that is where the game changer is. So how do you sell? That is what we're going to be discussing in the subsequent videos. How do you become a master salesman? How do you get to a point whereby you are the one that selects the client that you work for? Not you begging for people to work with you. You are the one that will say that, okay, I'm not working with you. I have other projects that I'm working on. You don't qualify for the people that I work with. That is where your game changing moments lie. Your ability to sell. So if you've gotten a quality, if you've gotten something from this video, I would like you to start putting it into practice. As a quick recap, the first thing you need to learn is that you need to start from where you are, from no skill to using your strength and your time to saving up to getting a skill. From there, you enter into a point where you can get gadgets yourself and use your skill. Then from there, you now upskill. When you upskill, you enter into a point of getting quality, getting the kind of proficiency that you can be proud of. Then you now enter into a point where you now learn how to sell. That's when you now enter into financial freedom. And I hope that this video has helped you, and I'm going to see you in the next video. I remain your host, Peace Oyebamiji. See you. Bye-bye.